In the heart of the merciless Siberian wilderness stood a prison so remote, so impregnable, that its very name sent shivers down the spines of hardened criminals, Ural Penitentiary, known to its inmates as the Frozen Tomb. Amidst the chilling winds and endless snow, there resided one inmate who had earned a reputation as the most elusive of them all. Ivan Petrov, a former military officer wrongly accused of treason, had spent a decade within the prison's icy confines. He had kept his sanity intact through sheer force of will, all the while plotting his escape. Ivan's cellmate, Alexei, had spent years studying the prison's security systems and forging alliances among the inmates. He was the key to Ivan's daring plan, a plan so audacious that it might just work. The prison was a fortress of misery, surrounded by towering walls topped with razor wire. Its watchtowers loomed like sentinels, armed guards patrolling the perimeter day and night. For Ivan and Alexei, there seemed to be no way out. But within the shadows of their cold, damp cell, hope flickered like a distant star. Ivan had secretly been fashioning a tool from a piece of scrap metal he had smuggled in from the prison's workshop. Night after night, he toiled in secret, grinding and shaping the metal into a crude yet effective tool for cutting through the steel bars of their cell window. One fateful evening, as the prison guards' vigilant eyes scanned the darkened cells, Ivan and Alexei made their move. Ivan, using the tool he had fashioned, silently removed a bar from his cell window. The first challenge was to bypass the prison's perimeter alarms. With the precision of a surgeon, Ivan cut the wires of the alarm system while Alexei kept watch. The alarms fell silent, and the two men slipped through the window and onto the roof. The Siberian night was mercilessly cold, but their determination was unyielding. They moved like shadows through the darkened prison yard, avoiding the watchtowers and patrolling guards. Their escape was not without peril. At one point, Ivan had to knock out a guard who had strayed too close, and the night was punctuated by tense moments when searchlights scanned the ground just meters from their hiding spots. Finally, they reached the prison's outer perimeter. Here, the barbed wire fence and frigid river awaited them. Desperation fueled their actions as they cut through the wire and plunged into the icy water. The numbing cold stole their breath, but they swam with every ounce of strength they had left. On the other side, they collapsed onto the snow-covered ground, shivering and gasping for air. But freedom was within their grasp. With the vast Siberian wilderness stretched out before them, Ivan and Alexei began their journey to reclaim their lives. They navigated through treacherous terrain, surviving on meager rations and their unshakable will to be free. Months passed, and news of their escape reached the prison authorities. A relentless manhunt ensued, but Ivan and Alexei were always one step ahead. They hid in remote villages, changed identities, and outwitted their pursuers at every turn. Eventually, the snows of Siberia gave way to the open expanse of the Russian wilderness. With each step, the memories of the frozen tomb faded. Ivan and Alexei, once prisoners of fate, were now free men, determined to live the lives they had been denied for so long. And as they disappeared into the vastness of Russia, their escape became the stuff of legend among the inmates of Ural Penitentiary, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who refused to be broken by even the harshest of circumstances. Their journey continued, for they knew that true freedom was not just the absence of chains, but the ability to forge their destinies anew in the boundless expanse of the world beyond the prison walls. As Ivan and Alexei ventured deeper into the Russian wilderness, they faced challenges that tested their endurance and resolve. The unforgiving landscape was as relentless as the prison they had escaped, with towering snow-capped mountains and vast, desolate plains stretching out before them. They moved cautiously, rationing their supplies and taking refuge in abandoned cabins whenever they could find them. They relied on their survival skills, with Alexei's knowledge of foraging and Ivan's military training coming in handy. The bitter cold and biting winds were constant companions, but they pressed on. News of their escape had spread far and wide, and the authorities were relentless in their pursuit. Ivan and Alexei's faces were plastered on wanted posters in towns and villages across Siberia. Helicopters and tracking dogs were deployed in the hunt, but the fugitives had a head start and a deep knowledge of the wilderness. The duo had to employ cunning tactics to avoid capture. They doubled back on their own trails, set false leads, and often traveled at night to avoid detection. Alexei's keen sense of the land proved invaluable, as he led them through hidden valleys and dense forests, always staying one step ahead of their pursuers. As they journeyed deeper into the wilderness, Ivan and Alexei encountered a group of reindeer herders, the Evenki people, who were as remote from modern society as one could be. At first, there was suspicion and fear on both sides, but the fugitives' desperation and willingness to help the community quickly won their trust. The Evenki offered them shelter, warmth, and food. In return, Ivan and Alexei helped with chores and provided protection from potential threats. They stayed with the Evenki for several weeks, forming a unique bond with people who had little contact with the outside world. The Evenki shared tales of ancient routes through the wilderness, used for generations to escape hardship or persecution. These routes, known only to a few, could lead Ivan and Alexei to the outskirts of Russia and the possibility of crossing the border into Mongolia. With the help of their newfound allies, they embarked on a perilous journey along these forgotten paths. They crossed treacherous mountain passes, navigated dense forests, and forded freezing rivers. The challenges were immense, but their determination was unyielding. After months of evading capture and braving the harshest of conditions, Ivan and Alexei finally reached the border of Russia. The vast Mongolian steppe stretched out before them, a symbol of their newfound freedom. Exhausted and emaciated, they crossed into Mongolia, where they were greeted by welcoming nomadic families who provided them with shelter and sustenance. News of their incredible escape from the Siberian prison had even reached this remote corner of the world, and their story was met with awe and admiration. From Mongolia, Ivan and Alexei embarked on a journey that would take them through Asia and eventually to a place where they could truly be free, a place where the memories of the frozen tomb would fade into the distant past. Their escape had become the stuff of legend, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who refused to be broken by even the harshest of circumstances. Ivan and Alexei's journey was a testament to the power of the human spirit and the enduring quest for freedom, a journey that would be remembered for generations to come. And as they disappeared into the boundless expanse of the world, their escape remained a beacon of hope for all who longed to break free from the chains of oppression and find their own path to freedom, no matter how impossible it may seem.